Have you noticed that as you go through menopause, it gets harder and harder to lose weight, even though you're doing mostly the same things that you were doing before you went through menopause? Have you noticed that your waistline gets thicker, that you're eating the same kind of food and the same amount of food, but no matter what, you still keep putting on the weight? Well, here's a few things that might be happening that you need to understand if you do want to lose weight. So the first thing is that as we get older, we start to lose more muscle mass. Now, if you haven't done any weight training, that means that the amount of muscle on your body, you're losing it. After about 45, it's roughly 1 to 2% per year of muscle mass that we lose if we don't do any strength training. And this has a significant impact on the way in which our body uses and processes food. So when we have more muscle on our body, we actually need more calories to just maintain our body. But as we get older, if we don't do any strength training or exercise to actually maintain that muscle, we lose it. So we might be eating the same amount of food, but we're not utilizing that food in the same way. So let me explain a little bit. Just say at 25, you're eating, 2,000 calories and your body looks and feels great. But at, say, 55, you are eating 1,800 calories, but you keep putting on body fat. Well, there's a pretty good chance that you have lost muscle mass. So because of losing that muscle mass, you don't need as many calories. So you cut back on the calories, but you still don't lose weight. And there's one more reason why you might be continuing to add body fat to your body. And that reason is because you're not as active as you used to be. So, when you're younger and you've got family and that, you're constantly on the go. But as you get older, you tend to go to work, come home, sit down and just have something to eat and then go to bed. So that inactivity and no strength training means that our bodies are taking on board calories, but we're not utilizing them to the best advantage. So even though we think that we're eating the same, our bodies have changed, so we can't eat the same foods, nor can we eat the same amount of calories. So what we have to do is introduce some strength training, introduce some exercise, and also introduce more protein into our body so that we don't so that we can build the muscle, which is really important for women over 45, and particularly if you've gone through menopause. But it also means that you have to be a little bit more active. Now, for most people, we sit at a desk for most of our lives because that's the nature of the beast when it comes to our work. And then when we go home, we cook tea, we sit down, and then we sit in front of the telly. So we have to introduce some kind or some form of exercise so that it cranks up our metabolism, and we have to introduce strength training so that we add more muscle, so then our metabolism cranks up a little bit more. And we also have to introduce more protein and less carbohydrates into our diet so we can build those muscles. Now, I have a meal plan that it's just there to guide people, that shows you how you can eat more protein and what kind of proteins are really good for you. They're very simple, meat, fish, cheese, chicken, yogurt, tofu, all the good stuff, pork. But it gives you a little bit of a guideline on how to eat more protein or put more protein into your daily meals, but also how much to eat. And then it also shows you how many calories to eat and then how you slowly reduce them, because we don't want to reduce calories straight away. We just want to reduce them slowly. So if you would like a copy of that, just put a message in the bottom. Don't have to put your email or anything in there, and you can have that meal plan absolutely just as a bonus for watching or getting this far. And it will help you to understand why and how we need more protein in our diet. We need more training for our muscle mass, and we also need to do a little bit more be a bit more active during the day as well. All right, I hope this helps. Have a great day. Bye.